Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining another Rider Pilates session. It's all about the whole body today. So let's get going, thinking about your seat position before you start, whether you're cross-legged like me or in frog legs position. Like equal weight through your seat bones and that nice elastic spine, drawing you up nice and tall with a nice light head on the top. Relax through your shoulders, and then we're going to start with your chin tuck. So a little tuck in with your chin, keep the tuck as you turn. And keep the tuck as you turn to the other side, so keeping that tuck all the way through. Watch you don't lose the tuck, and then find yourself looking all the way over your shoulder, so keeping that little tuck all the way through the movement. Okay, then to the front, put one hand on the floor beside you, take the other hand over your head, nice big stretch and reach, and bring that hand back down. To the same side, big stretch and reach, lengthen through your side. And then we'll swap. Again, push those fingertips away to lengthen your side. Super. Okay, we're going to go onto your front. We're going to start with your swan dive. Apologies, it's a little bit gusty today, so I hope there's not too much wind noise. Okay, so you're going to look at your hands, and then from the base of your neck, draw up to the ceiling and relax down. Stay looking at your hands. You want to avoid looking ahead because that just locks you up through your neck. Really feel that you lengthen and open between your shoulder blades and at the base of your neck. It's not an area of the body we get to move that often, so it's really good to do it from time to time. And then we're going to move on to doing your leg pull in this position. Same starting position, pelvic floor 1 to floor 3, lift your pelvis and slowly back down. So it's pelvic floor, lift your pelvis, slowly back down. Watch that you don't dip through your head. You want to keep your upper body nice and still as you move your pelvis. If you want to make it harder, tuck your toes underneath your feet. You're going to lift your pelvis, lift your knees, lower your knees, lower your pelvis, or lift them both together. It's entirely up to you which one feels best for your body, just provided your upper body can stay still. You want to keep breathing as well, and you want to make sure you can control the movement up and control the movement down. So steady up and steady down. Keep breathing. If you can do your pelvic floor as well, you are doing amazingly. You can do one more. And then we're going to turn onto your side, and we're going to start off with your clam. So feet lined up with your bottom. You can have your feet on the floor or off the floor, it's entirely up to you. Little mouse hole position, so your spine, unless you've got a scoliosis or something, spine is parallel to the floor. Then you're opening and closing that top knee, keeping your pelvis still. Excuse me, competing with a blackbird. Pelvic floor is onto floor 3, pelvis is still. Looking at that smooth, controlled movement from your hip. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can add in your extensions. Just make sure that your leg position is really precise. Think about your leg aids in the saddle. You want the movement to be precise. Exactly the same when you're doing your exercises here. If you train for precision, you're more likely to get it when it really matters. One more of this one. Okay, then bring your legs down. I'm going to prop up onto my forearm. You can do this next one lying flat on your side if you want to, if you get any shoulder problems. You need to be in your capital L position, so straight line, shoulders, hips, knees at 90. We're doing your side kick. Float your top leg and polish that imaginary coffee table, keeping hip, knee and foot level. And you move with what you can do comfortably around your hips. So if you find you get to here and you start to struggle and start to move through your pelvis, then stop before you get your knee up around your hip level. So just do what you can do comfortably and easily. If this is too easy, lift your pelvis and you can carry on doing a few with your pelvis off the floor. Remember to breathe, and if you can do your pelvic floor as well, jolly good. Super. Okay, bring your legs back down, knees in front, arms in front. And top hand up and out behind. Look at your hand. And over in front. Keep those knees glued together all the way through. If you want to hold that position, absolutely fine. Okay, we're going to turn onto your back and we're going to do your scissors exercise. We'll start with your feet on the floor. I suggest hands onto your headlights. Think ribs to pelvis just to stabilise through here. And then you're coming up and down each leg in turn into your tabletop position, moving from the hip, knees are at 90. If you want to make it a bit harder, do the reverse, going from tabletop, just watching this position that you don't just pat your feet on the floor and bending from your knees. You want to move from your hips. Keep those ribs connected to your pelvis so you're not getting this happening. We're going to add in your arms. If you're going from the floor, hands above your shoulders, it's opposite arm and leg going in the same direction as your leg, or as each other. If you're going from tabletop, opposite arm and leg go in opposite directions, and your rib position becomes even more important because the temptation for everything just to stretch in the middle and give is very great. Remember, this is a wine glass exercise, even if you're just doing the legs. You want your imaginary wine glass balanced on your knee. Try to think of it as a wine glass exercise for your hands as well. I'm going to close my eyes because amazingly the sun has come out. But you want that hand and leg that aren't moving to stay as still as possible. One more with each pair. Super. Okay, feet down one at a time, arms down onto the side you've not yet been on. And we're going to start off once again with your clam. So knees bent, feet approximately lined up with your bottom, little mouse hole, pelvic floor, feet off the floor if you want to. And then opening and closing, pelvis staying nice and still. Pelvic floor onto floor 3, regular breathing. And then if you want to, and you can, adding in those extensions, looking for that lovely smooth movement, precision, leg placement. And you can't be precise if you don't have the strength and if you don't have the awareness. So that's why I love doing all these exercises off the horse, because you're not having to worry about anything else. You're not worrying about where you're going or what the horse is about to spook at next. You can just concentrate on your body. Last one. Okay, knees down into your capital L position. As with the last side, any shoulder problems, just do this in the flat position. Pelvic floor onto floor 3, float your top leg, and you're into your coffee table polishing once again, keeping that pelvis really still. Pelvic floor onto floor 3, don't forget to breathe. And hip, knee and foot level. I hope you can see me all right with the sun coming out. I thought I was going to be finished before the sun came out. Never mind. I'm not going to complain about the sun coming out. If you want to make it harder, of course, lift the pelvis. But if you find in lifting the pelvis that you're struggling to breathe, particularly, you're struggling to maintain that stability, go back down and do the version of the level below. Always do it slightly easier, but slightly better. Last one. Okay, knees in front, arms in front. Top hand up and out behind and look at your hand. Knees stay pressed into the floor though. And then over in front. And up and out behind, look at that hand. And over. Okie doke. Let's now bring you up into sitting. And we're going to do the saw, which I appreciate not everybody likes that much, but it's still a really good exercise to do, provided you haven't got any raging sciatic pain. Obviously this is not a comfortable position if that is you. I'd like you just to get comfortably here with equal weight through your seat bones. Then bring your arms up so they're the same distance apart as your legs. Turning from in here, you're turning side to side, keeping that equal weight through your seat bones the whole time. Apologies, the wind's getting up again. And then then see if, keeping your equal weight, you can do a little reach towards your foot. Now you'll see I can't go very far if I keep equal weight through my seat bones. I can't go very far at all, full stop, but particularly if I keep my equal weight. So just try a couple each way where you keep the equal weight in your seat bones and then lift for the reach. So you keep the equal weight and then lift, and just see how lifting that seat bone changes your movement. See what it feels like. See if you can control, keep the seat bones down, lift, and then feel what it's like when you come back. Last one. So you really want to tune your body in so you know when you've got equal weight and what it feels like when you shift and haven't got equal weight. And also note the impact that has on your movement. Okay, legs up, arms up in front. Move your headlights onto the front of your elbows and you're pushing your elbows forwards. Watch they don't go down. You want them to go forwards. Keeping them level, pushing them forwards. And then see if you can do a little scoop at the end. So forwards and scoop up. Forwards and scoop up. That's good. Scooping up with the elbows. We'll do one more like this. Okay, then I'd like you to swap. So you fold your legs the other way and fold your arms the other way. We always tend to do it naturally the same way, so it's good to swap and make sure we're really balanced. So again, headlights on your elbows and you're pushing forwards. Keeping those headlights on your elbows absolutely level. Okay, and then add in that little scoop at the end, so forwards and up. And this is a good little exercise just for taking your upper back, provided it's not painful, obviously, taking your upper back into what we call extension. So it's a good counteraction exercise for sitting at the computer or hours in the car. We'll do one more. Lovely. And then bring your arms back down. Check whichever position you're sat in. Got that equal weight through your seat bones once again. Your shoulders are relaxed. And you've got that feeling of the elastic spine drawing you upwards. And we're going to finish there. So I hope you've been able to hear me over the wind. Thank you for joining. I hope you've found some of those exercises useful. Take care, and I will see you very soon.